What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Kienji Show, and thanks for tuning in. My motto is speak, reach, and teach. Speak, everyone is entitled to an opinion. Reach, try to reach the heart of someone. And teach, let someone else learn from your experience. Now today I have a special guest in the house, my brother Khanjo. Welcome.
Thank you.
So I want to know your take on the first sexual encounter, because it seems like men and women still can't get it right. It's like we think that we're the mess. We think that we come in there and, oh yeah, I'm going to, tear it up or whatever. But then we don't get that phone call again after the first impression. So I need you to give the ladies the true aspect of a man on how to get him to call you again after the first sexual encounter.
Wow, this is an interesting topic. I think that generally when a man and a woman first get together, I think first off, a woman needs to know kind of what the man's intention is.
Okay.
Oftentimes, depending on how they meet, will determine what that first sexual encounter is going to be. If he meets a girl and she's sloppy drunk and they have sex, chances are she's not going to get a call back. So I think number one, they have to kind of fill out the situation and recognize the relationship that they have with the man before the sexual encounter.
So you say like dialogue, like you can kind of feel somebody out with dialogue about sex.
Definitely.
Because I think that some people are nervous to talk about that, but it's very important because you actually you learn a lot when you talk to someone and say, you know what are you into? What are your, maybe it's something like that, you think?
Definitely. I think that the more you communicate with someone before an actual physical encounter, the better chance you have at getting a call back. For instance, if you're talking to a guy on the phone and you guys have a good conversation and he starts calling you consistently, then you know pretty much if you have sex with him, he's going to continue to call you consistently. But there are some men who are dogs who are like, you know what, I'm going to keep talking to this girl till I get it and then boom, I'm out.
What about the women that talk dirty anyway? Like, is that a turn on to a guy? And what if she talks dirty to you and then when she gets in the bedroom, it's like, okay, you know what, you talked all this mess. Yeah.
It's the same thing for a woman, though. If a man talks all this, and then he don't deliver in the bedroom, I think that it would be the same thing. You lead yourself to disappointment. I think the best thing to do is to have the element of surprise, kind of. So you'll give someone insight to the fact that, yes, I'm a sexual person, but you don't start bragging about details of sex because then they have expectations, and I think with almost anything, whether it's sex or anything else, if the expectations are kind of, where it's a little bit like guesswork, like this woman seems like she would be, or this guy seems like he would be like this, but they keep the element of mystery, I think the sexual experience will be more pleasurable because you might be surprised at what you get.
So you're saying talk about it, but you don't want to give all your goods up right away.
Not to mention, like, a lot of times when women talk about, how freaky they are, different sexual experiences, it's kind of a turnoff for men because we know that they've been doing them sexual experiences before they got with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the man has expectations. Like men, we're very ego-driven. So if a woman says that she's, done this or done that sexually, then we expect her to do that with us. Otherwise, we feel disappointed. Like, you know what? You did that for that dude. How come I wasn't special enough for you to do that with me?
Okay.
So I don't know if we're still on the topic, but yeah.
To me, there's nothing that, we can't cover, because I think that with women, it definitely starts, I know for us, with what you say to us.
Right.
And most of us don't want a pervert right away. Like, that comes later on in the relationship. But we do want a man to kind of like, talk to us sexy, make us feel good, like, baby, you look good. And, we do like that kind of stuff. But then, like you said, a lot of times when you get in the bedroom, if a man is talking a lot of stuff and then he can't deliver, you're like, okay, you know what, that's whack. Like, I'm not going back again. All right, Khanjo. So now we're going to get into the nitty gritty.
All right, let's go.
I will tell you from a woman's perspective, and I can't speak for all women, but most women, we do care about hygiene when you walk in the door. That's a turn off if you come in and you're sweaty, and you know where I'm talking about.
Right.
You don't need to be sweaty down there. You need to, be fresh.
Right.
Otherwise you ain't gonna have no business going on down there.
Right.
Don't fart.
Oh, yeah.
Your breath cannot be kicking. And you can't be no 1 minute man.
Ooh.
And I can say for me, I can't speak for everybody, but it helps when you're not selfish. Like, you need to give towards a woman because she's going to give to you if you give towards her. I mean, do you hear me, ladies? Because I know you do. So I want to know from you, what are the things that women can do to, turn you on, or what shouldn't they do that's a turn off?
When you mention hygiene, I think that's the biggest thing for men is that if a woman is not taken care of, then there's a problem. Now, most men, men who are dogs, they put the hard hat on but they will not call you back if it's not right.
Right.
So if your stuff is right, all the things that you want a man to do to you to get you going, he ain't gonna do it. His head is going to stay right up there with yours. He ain't doing none of that.
Well, I know, too, also, dorky moves. Sometimes when you do dorky moves, that's a turn off. Little jerky thing is you need to be cool. You need to have swag when you walk in there. And you got to keep that going.
And the sex faces. Oh,
hello.
Man. Like women. And men. There's some men who like to scream, ah! No, dude. Don't scream when you come.
No.
Women, we like to hear the moans and stuff, but we don't want you to make funky faces like you know what I'm saying? This is some good. That you ain't getting a call back, and we gonna tell the homies dude, she had the ugliest F faces.
So do you guys like girls to say? Because I know the popular thing that a lot of men like is to say, "Oh, daddy, you know this." Do you? Okay. Is that something that women should do?
All right, ladies, let me let you know something. If you have daddy issues and you're calling your man daddy, and if this man has a daughter, when you call him daddy, it's gonna turn him off. So, but what we do like is daddy in another language. I don't care if you black, whatever you are. If you call me Poppy or something in another language, that's a little bit better. But when you say straight up daddy and I got a daughter, that's ooh, no.
Well, this is the thing, and we'll leave on this note. I agree with the noises. I think that you have to pick and choose your noises and when you should make a little noise, when you shouldn't. And it's sad to say that some things are calculated, but you don't want to turn people off. And if you're a man and you're screaming and hollering like a woman, that's a turn off. But we do want to get
I think even going to the sex faces and noises and stuff like that, be consistent with who you are. Whatever your selling point was to get to the bedroom, don't lose that once you're in the bedroom. Right. So, when you're in the bedroom, if you were smooth and suave and all of a sudden you're hey.
One thing I'd like to add, and it's a very crucial point, ladies, do not stay the night. Yeah. Stay for an hour and then go. You want them to ask you to stay. And would you agree with me on that?
Definitely. I think just if you try to move in too fast and men feel like that, especially after being hot and sweaty, most men don't want to be sitting there.
And you don't want them looking at their clock when are you going to go?
Exactly.
Khanjo, I want to thank you for enlightening me and the other ladies. And with that note, I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think about the first sexual encounter.